Okay, so what I've got here is I've printed off a picture of a famous celebrity, somebody that's famous in Vampire Diaries, a summer holder, and he's my favourite celebrity. You choose your favourite celebrity, your favourite person of now if you want. And all I've done is to save myself again time for this video is I am doing what the developing student would be, and I'm graphite printing, okay, over the top. So I've drawn on the back of the picture and I am starting to print it onto this page. Now, obviously, if you're meeting or exceeding, then you will draw it freehand using the gridded method, which you can have a look at the how to copy an artist's piece of work, and that'll show you the gridded method, okay? So all I'm doing here is I am trying to find out where the solid bits of colour are, and I'm just very quickly putting those in with lines. So we're now doing a portrait in the style of both artists. Okay. Alright, so you can see there, hopefully it's starting to print onto there, and I'm getting quite a few lines in the style of Luke Dixon. Okay, so what I'll do now is start to put in the portrait. Now where the darker shades of Ian's face are, I'm actually going to put these lines, those darker shade shapes in. Okay, so again, looking at where those darker, those lines are linked to Luke Dixon, and I'll just put some lines over the top, going in the same direction as his eyebrows. That line comes along here. This line, this shape of his face is quite light, so I'm going to make my lines far apart, and here make them a bit close together, and definitely close together near the hair. Change direction. Okay, and again you can see that that's printing straight onto it. Okay, further apart where I believe it's lighter. Now I'm only doing this really roughly because in a second when I take this off the page you will see how I plan on using these lines to mimic Luke Dixon's style. Look at the shadows on either side of the nose. You can see some, there's a really bright bit there, so I'm just going to leave that one out. And the same on this side. Okay, take that off. All right, so therefore what we've got now is we've got a Damon Salvatore in Somerhalder style piece of work in the style of Luke Dixon. Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do is I am going to put in the lines as we did with the Luke Dixon example. I would prefer to put the lines in first and then paint over the top in the style of Francoise Neely. Okay, so I'm going to do some background in the style of Francoise Neely, as well as put some paint over the top as a wash. Okay, I need to make sure that whatever it is that I am adding is in the style of this character. So I know that Ian Somerhalder, or aka Damon Salvatore in Vampire Diaries, is quite a lovey-dovey but quite an evil character. So I need to try and combine the two. So I think that the darker Francoise Neely pieces of work are going to be better. All right, so all I'm going to do now is very quickly start to add in the style of Luke Dixon. I'm going to now start putting in some of these shapes and make them a little bit more controlled. I rushed them obviously to get the basic print done. As I say, if you are meeting or exceeding, you need to make sure that you are not doing it as a graphite print. And I'm also trying to make these lines mimic the lines of the face. I'm not just doing them in any direction. Can you see where I've taken them in that direction to follow the pattern of the nose? Okay, so I've done that very quickly in the style of Luke Dixon. Now what I'm going to do is going to have a look at the portrait, which is on my laptop just to my right. And I am going to have a look at where I believe the most solid parts of his face are. Where maybe I can use a marker pen. Okay. And I'm just going to again mimic Luke Dixon's style by putting in these very basic shapes. Now bear in mind, this is your style now. This is your way of working in his way, Luke Dixon's way. So it doesn't matter too much if you go a little bit off-piste. Just like I'm doing here. So just looking at where the darkest bits of his hair are, and I'm putting them in. Now I know Luke Dixon does them in shapes, specific shapes. You can do this too, if you wish. Okay, and now I'm just going to look at where I can maybe add some thicker lines. Oh, I've forgotten his ear. So he's got very defined cheekbones, so I think I'm going to include those in, define his cheekbones quite a bit. Okay, so now I've got a Luke Dixon style piece of work. Okay, so next step. Okay, in the next video, I will show you how you can then include Francoise Neely's painting style or pencil crayon style. Well done.